this was before. Wait a minute. This is before when we was walking out of the movies.
No, I need to go back real quick though.
God.
Okay, let's talk.
All right, so
I love this.
so we meeting downtown to go to the movies, right? I arrived before her, so I was like standing on the little bridge part, you know what I'm saying, just chilling, waiting on her. And she walks up to me. She's like, the first thing she said, "Why you standing there looking all weird and stuff?" I'm like, so I'm thinking to myself, this finna be a long night already.
Yeah, it started wrong. Yeah,
We just getting started.
I feel bad for him, and he already be back there. But I'm like,
You know what I'm saying?
dang.
He
I'm
came
in there like, well, ain't no coming back. Ain't no coming back.
She didn't say hello and nothing. Like, why you looking weird? Like, okay. All right.
Sorry. Like, damn.
That's how I look.
I wasn't even doing that weird. I just standing on the bridge waiting for you.
What's up, everybody? I'm Lex.
I'm Jeremy.
And this is another episode of Ode to Black Love podcast. Before we get started today, make sure you're liking, following, and subscribing to us on all social media platforms. That's at Ode to Black Love on Instagram and TikTok. And then that's at Ode to Black Love podcast on YouTube and Facebook. Also, we have shirts available. That's right. We got 2 shirts available. We have one from last season and then a new one that we dropped this season. So be sure you're checking them out. They are on the website, aDDlib.com. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel and buy a t-shirt. Now that that's out the way, y'all, what's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome back. We have 2 guests here today, and I've had the pleasure of talking to them for a few minutes before we started recording, and I'm just so excited to get into their love story. We have Landi and aDDlib. So how y'all doing?
What's up?
Good,
We're
good.
How are you guys?
Good. I know it's been a long
wild ride getting here today. I ain't gonna lie, it's been a wild ride.
It's been crazy. We'll go into detail maybe later, but this probably has been the craziest beginning of an episode. So
Yeah.
we're sorry.
Hands
about
down,
that.
yeah.
No, but it's been a great time. We
Yeah.
laughed the whole time we
Yeah,
been
Yeah, we already having
I kept
fun.
them entertained. No, but that's good. That's good. Well, I'm glad y'all doing okay. We appreciate y'all coming out to share y'all's love story. But I know Jeremy is eager to
I'm trying to get
ask
into
his
it, man.
famous
I done
question.
take like 30 hours to get here, but we gonna get to it, man. Like, who hollered at who?
Go ahead and
Yeah,
tell your
y'all get
lie.
together, man. Oh, man.
We've been going through go ahead.
Yeah,
Y'all
go
been
back
talking
and
about
forth.
it? Let's
I love
talk.
it.
Well,
I love that.
every time somebody asks, the story's always different, and we talk about it separately. So go ahead.
No, it's the same, but you seem to recall differently than what actually happened. So,
Okay.
Go
All right.
ahead.
All right, yeah.
All right, so boom.
That's a lie.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's it. That's all we need to know.
Damn, my guy. I thought I'll be ready to back you. I was ready to back you. Then he came through with the so boom. Let me make this shit up real quick.
So
Nah,
boom.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing.
Nah.
Okay, what happened?
Spill it.
All right, so this is what happened.
There we go.
This is 2014, right? Okay. So I'm in the mall. I went to the mall to buy a watch for my mom for Mother's Day.
Okay.
So I had already purchased the watch that I wanted to get for her. I already had it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm walking past the food court and I look in this store and I see her. I was like, okay, what's that? You know what I'm saying? Let me go in here and see what's up. You know what I'm saying? So I walk in. It's a watch store.
Okay.
You know? So she approaches me. She's like, can I help you with anything? I was like, yeah, I'm looking for a watch for my mother for Mother's Day.
You already have one.
See the boom?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I kind of played it off like I didn't let her know that I already had bought one. You know what I'm saying? But so I basically was just laying seed as I told her. You know what I'm saying?
I know
Like,
that's right.
Just laying seed. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do too much
Yeah.
or nothing like that. And so time moves on, like maybe a few weeks or something like that.
Weeks or days?
I can't remember.
It was days. Like the next day.
Days.
Dang, the next
You
day.
came
Day.
in.
She said day.
You came in. First, let's start from the beginning because we got in. My cousin is how we kind of even knew who each other was.
Okay.
You didn't know who I was before the watch store? Before you see me?
I did, but I didn't know that was you in the store.
Okay.
We ain't never met in person.
We ain't
like-
never met in person, but you most definitely commented on my picture.
Yeah, after that was after I seen you at the mall.
Right.
So
you didn't know that was me.
No, we was already following each other on
Okay.
Instagram. So I'm scrolling through Instagram. I was like, oh, that's the girl from the mall. It was like, so I commented under a picture. I was like, that was you at the mall, right?
Yeah. Hey, confirmation. Confirmation. We don't want to get up.
First of all, he commented on the picture, but he already knew who I was. Jay had tagged us in the same picture. So you didn't never. So when he tagged us,
but you acting like I seen you in person before.
Yeah.
No, you didn't see me in person, but my picture.
But he had to confirm because you
change
don't
your
ever
hair.
want to assume. You don't ever want to assume.
Yeah, and you
don't
change your
ever
hair
wanna
like
assume.
every 2 days.
Okay, don't do
so.
that. I do.
It'll be cute.
Right? He didn't know what he was like. No, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm scrolling. I see a girl with bangs. I was like, oh, she had bangs in the mall. Okay, that was you, right?
Yeah.
And then we kind of start. Did we start talking there, or was it the second time?
No, you came back the next. See, that's what I'm saying. You see how those stories don't get told. You see what I'm saying?
He asking you questions.
Yeah.
So I came back to the mall. I was with Chris actually
Okay.
the second time. Walked in. She was like busy though. She was like at the cash register, and one of our associates came up to me, asked if we needed anything. Like, I was like, man, I'm not here for you. You know what I'm saying?
From you, no.
Yeah. So I kind of waited till she was done, like with the customer that she had. I just walked up to her. I grabbed her hand. I was like, I just wanted to say hello. I see you busy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then left from there. You know what I'm saying? And then what happened from there? Or you gotta?
This the part you like. So
Yeah.
after he commented on the picture, all that stuff happened.
Mm-hmm.
We were actually following each other on Twitter too, and I think I seen him tweet something.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get to, really talk to you. Apologize." So we
That's
started
that
talking.
seat I was talking about.
Yeah.
And so we started talking on Twitter and stuff like that. And so after that conversation was over, I think the day after or the next day, he asked me, "Did I act?" And I said, "Yeah."
Did you act like an actress?
Yes. He's like, "Do you act at all?" I'm like, "No, I don't do no acting."
It's another seed.
No.
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, I don't do no acting."
He thought he saw you in a movie?
I don't know what he thought.
Nah,
You had a plan in his mind.
No, I asked her that because I was rapping at that time. I used to do music and stuff like that. So I was planning to do like a music video. So I was gonna have her be in the music video. So that's why I said that.
Yeah, and then the video was me dying.
Yeah, that's what the song was about.
Yeah, and I was like, "Is you gonna have me laying there full of blood?"
That's real romantic.
You know what I'm saying?
This story is taking turns I'm not expecting.
On me.
Okay.
I was like, okay, smooth. Then you want to die in my music video?
You know what I'm saying?
God, so I was like,
we good.
I said, "Are you gonna have me laying like in a pool of blood? Like what's
Oh,
going
so
on?"
he actually asked you to be in it.
No,
Okay.
yeah, he asked me to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of just started talking from there. Yeah, you asked me to be in the video. We got exchanged phone numbers, and we was talking from there. And then we went on our first date.
Aww.
How was that? Where y'all go?
We went to the movies, and he'll tell you, I was like, "This ain't gonna work."
Before that. All right, so
Yeah, whoa.
No, wait a minute. This was before. Wait a minute. This is before when we was walking out of the movies.
no, I need to go back real quick though.
God.
Okay, let's talk.
All right, so
I love this.
so we meeting downtown to go to the movies, right? I arrived before her.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like standing on the little bridge part, you know what I'm saying? Just chilling, waiting on her. And she walks up to me. She's like, the first thing she said, "Why you standing there looking all weird and stuff?" I'm like, so I'm thinking to myself, this finna be a long night already.
Yeah, it started wrong. Yeah,
started.
I feel bad for him, and he already be back there. But I'm like,
You know what I'm saying?
dang.
He
I'm
came
I'm in there like, well, ain't no coming back. Ain't no coming back
She
from
didn't
that.
say hello or
Let's just
nothing.
figure it
Like,
out.
why you looking weird? Like, okay. All right.
Sorry. Like, damn.
That's how I look.
I wasn't even doing that weird. I'm just standing on the bridge, waiting for you.
Okay.
I mean, you can imagine a grown man standing on the bridge like by himself. It's just kind of little. All right, you sitting there looking different. So yeah, we went in, and by the time we came out, I was like, yeah, this is not gonna work. And you know what? He's such a gentleman, and I think it was something so different than what I was used to. So we're in the movies, and I'm expecting him like to grab me or something like that. But he was just a perfect gentleman.
Yes.
And so in my mind, I'm like, well, he don't like me. He must not be into me. So this ain't even gonna work for me. So we walked out, and I was like, well, this ain't gonna work. And then we started talking.
You told him, or you felt it?
No, I felt it. I said it, and I probably said it out loud. I'm good for doing stuff like that, but we were talking, and he seemed my crazy the first day.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, after the movies, we was like chilling downtown. Did we go for a walk?
Yeah, we was getting ready to walk. I remember we was sitting on the car first. Well, I was sitting on the car, and you was standing up. And I was asking you about like different relationships and stuff like that.
I thought we was sitting by like Sonic and stuff.
We did?
Yeah.
First?
I think that's where we was talking at, yeah.
You might be right.
Yeah, so we was like just talking about stuff and whatnot. And then, yeah, she started wilding out again.
Well, because so for me, like I have a daughter.
Okay.
And I've been married before.
Okay.
So for me, I'm like, okay, any guy that I date, because in my mind, I was like, I'm done anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done dating. This just is not for me. Now, he just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So, for me, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to tell him, because in reality, like when you're dating someone or getting to know someone or talking to somebody, some people don't want to date women with kids, and some people don't want to date people that's been married before.
Yeah.
So I asked him, I'm like, hey, I was like, I just want you to know that I do have a daughter, and I've been married before. And
I was cool with the daughter part, but
when I said I've been married before,
that just kind of threw me off. Like,
and I was like,
I wasn't expecting to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
And I was like, so what do you think? And he was like, man, I don't know. Girl, I said, what you mean?
Nigga can't even be honest. Nigga can't even be honest. Like, I don't even know what to think right now.
I said, what you mean you don't know? You can lose my number. You ain't never got to talk to me.
She went in on you right
you
there.
Went in.
She was tripping.
You went in.
I feel it, though.
So anytime he say, girl, you crazy, you knew that on the first day.
Okay, period. I told you that. I showed you that.
And he was like, no, it's nothing like that. He was like, I've just never, dated somebody that's been married. And when you told me I needed time, to process it. So I was like, okay.
So aDDlib, what did you think? Like when she had said, like, I've been married before, like what was going off in your mind?
I mean, just kind of like she said, it was the first time I had ever encountered that situation before. Like, I was cool with the daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a problem. I feel like I had already knew that just based on like Instagram and stuff anyway. So, it was just kind of a shock. So, like, sometimes when you're shocked, you're like, you can't really hold back like your expression. You know what I'm saying? So it may have came out like as being insensitive. Like, you know what I'm saying? So. But I mean, we got past that, and then we had a great rest of the day.
We did.
Okay, so how did y'all get past it?
After he was like, whoa, it just was like, you chilled out, you could cut it off, like, whoop.
Yeah.
Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that. Well, he kind of explained himself.
Okay,
and when he explained himself, that's when I was like, okay, that's better. And I think for me, I was just really shocked. Like, I wanted to know the answer, but I didn't. It's one of the things.
Right.
You know how women, we want to know, but
absolutely,
when we find out, it's something totally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we stayed downtown till like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. We walked around downtown, and we just talked, and we've been inseparable ever since then.
Okay, so...
and I was saying, where'd y'all go, like, after that? Because, like, you said y'all walked around, after you talked to somebody, like, 5 in the morning, you like, I really like this person. So, like, where y'all go from that? Did y'all just, like, talk every day since then, or was it, like, did y'all have some time in between?
Well, like, pretty much that whole summer, like, we was, like, basically, like, hanging out, like, almost every day, like, all day, you know what I'm saying? Like, just doing just random stuff, like, random little dates and stuff like that, like.
Because at the time, you were working nights.
Yeah,
so he was working nights, and I would just probably, like, go stay at his house while he was at work. And I remember one day, like, at the very beginning, he had came home from work, and he was like, hey, get up. And you got home early. And I'm not a morning person. I'm like, what? Why do you want me to get up? What's we getting up for? So he was like, come here. I want you to come with me. So I'm like, okay. So we go to the car. He take me to the lake. I'm like, what are we doing here? It is like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what are we doing here? He was like, well, I just want you to sit here with me. I want to watch the sunrise with you. And I was just like, oh, my God.
He in his bag.
He was in there. And that was like the most special date that we've ever had. And to me, that's why I used to tell him, like, I'm very simple. It's the little things for me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's not about how much money you spend or something like that. It's the meaningful things.
Right. So I got a question. So I know the first night you were like, oh, he too much of a gentleman. Mm-hmm. Did he show you later that night he what? Like, what
he was still a perfect gentleman.
And so you just started to be like, oh, this is going to be different, but I want this different.
I just got to know him, just talking to him and things like that.
Yeah.
And us just talking and seeing that we have a lot in common.
Yeah, okay.
So we just kind of went from there, and we literally talked every day. Like I said, he worked overnight, so I'm talking to him at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, I ain't got to get up to go to work at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, she would stay with me and like text while I'm at work and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, so that's kind of like how, you know, the beginning stage of, you know, the relationship was.
So how long did it take for you to allow your daughter to meet him or introduce him to your daughter?
Ooh, it was probably, about 3 months, maybe?
Well, she was gone for the summer.
Yeah, she was gone for the summer anyway. So it was probably about 3 months. Mm-hmm. And it's so crazy because my daughter still remembers to this day. Every time we go to Tinseltown to the movie, she was like, Dwayne, you remember when we met here? I'm like, girl, how do you even remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
So they met each other about 3 or 4 months.
Oh, how was that? Were you nervous? Like, how did that feel for you?
I was very nervous just because my past experience that I've been in, like I said, when I used to be married and having somebody there with my daughter that she did care about at one point, and then just up and leave, it was scary to me. Yeah, yeah. You know, because I never want to take her, and he knows this, I don't never want to take her through anything like that again. Right, where she's having to ask me, well, where is this person? Where is this person? And I don't never want to portray or let her see anything. You know what I'm saying? Like that, where she feels like people just will abandon her. You know what I mean? So it was hard for me at first. Yeah. But he's good with kids, so they just
gravitate to him. Yeah. Okay. Did you?
No.
Okay.
Good.
Well, I want to hop into something. So before we even proceed, I want to get to know kind of who y'all were before y'all started dating. Because I feel like, you know, you had a child, and I'm sure you mentioned like rapping and stuff. So can y'all talk to like who y'all were individually before y'all even got together?
Go ahead.
It was so funny because we talk about this all the time. I'm like, we are literally from 2 different worlds. Yeah. Because I had no idea who this man was. Like, he's been in Oklahoma City all the time, and I had no idea. Right. He's more artsy.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Said you probably knew who I was. Huh?
Boy, please. Don't forget. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
He's more artsy. He's more artsy, and I'm the jock, right? So I play basketball like in high school, college, all of that. I'm very into sports, and whereas he's, like I said, we just in 2 different parts of the world. Like, his friends were different, my friends are different. Yeah. And so, that was me, the jock. Know how to dress.
And y'all worlds never overlapped. Y'all didn't go to like none of the same schools. Y'all had never even heard of.
Never, ever.
Okay, so aDDlib, who were you before you started dating Landi?
I was doing music back then. That was pretty much it. Like, just regular job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Doing music and stuff like that. That was pretty much it. Doing shows and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and our worlds definitely never collided. I never was. I never was on the scene like that. You know what I mean? Like,
on the scene she was on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so how was it bringing that together?
Yeah, like how was that early? I mean, y'all mentioned like being together. That's 3 months before you met her daughter. But how was them early months? Like, did y'all like click? Was everything like pretty smooth? Or did y'all like have some like a little adjustment period, kind of getting used to it, like y'all being seemingly different? Right. Did it take some adjustment?
Yeah. I think we have some differences, but for the most part, we have a lot of things in common. A lot of things we kind of like to do. Like even in the early stages, we used to go thrifting and stuff a lot. We both like to thrift and stuff like that. So we used to do that a lot. And I used to kind of bring her into my world too, like with shows, with shows and stuff. I used to always invite her to shows and whatnot if I had a performance or if one of my friends were too.
Yeah.
I was up in there.
So how did y'all even find out? And this is kind of small, but I want to know, like, how did y'all find out y'all both like to thrift? Like, what was that? Like, just a conversation, or?
I think it was a conversation, or I don't know if you asked me to go or if I asked you to go.
I really don't remember.
I can't remember either. I know we talked about it, and we was like, "Oh, we should go." And then from there, we just kind of
boom, yeah.
And we would go all. We still go to this day, but yeah, we would just go all the time. Like he said, we went on a lot of dates, almost every single day.
It's funny because, like, with thrifting, I feel like either you like to thrift and love it, or you hate it.
Yes, that's very
and
true.
we on the hate side.
Yeah, y'all on the hate side.
I like the idea of it. I like the idea of it, but I can't do the damn work.
Searching through the stuff. Oh my God.
It's so
I can't do the work.
It's a lot of people.
I don't like going through racks of clothes, even at the regular store. Like even when I go like shopping, it's like I go in like with something in mind. I like bang, 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 bang. All right, I don't see what I need. Like I'm getting out. I can't like be if clothes ain't like if it ain't like medium, large, extra large. Like I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true.
And see, my perspective is I don't mind searching through clothes, but like with thrift stuff, it's like you gotta find that gem. And it's only like 1 or 2 gems within this whole rack of clothes, and I'm not finna be searching through all these racks of clothes.
All these clothes
it's literally a strategy. Like when I go in, I have a whole strategy of like
we're gonna talk about that.
We will.
My mom thrifts and stuff.
Yeah,
my sister thrift, and I love the outcome of it, but the work that goes into it, I'm like I'd rather just search Google and
it's too much failure involved.
Okay, because I didn't try to thrift, and I didn't pick up stuff that was back at Goodwill about a week later, because I'm like, this ain't it.
I came in here and see.
Well, you know what the thing is? Like we never just go to one store.
Yeah,
that's what I hear.
Yeah, you can't go to one. You can't go to the thrift store once every 2 weeks and think you're gonna find something. Yeah, you can't do that.
I'm like, okay, let's see what Goodwill got.
You can't do that, and you'll be surprised. Usually, when there's one, there's always more that's close to it.
Bad.
Check the sale days. Ask them when they bringing in new shipment.
I'm gonna have to.
She not doing it. But y'all get consistent. She got the lot of y'all.
Sorry, but I pay somebody else to do it all day long. But I just ain't got it in me.
That's what gives me.
We appreciate people like y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
The stuff that we find, we can just sell it to y'all. So y'all don't have to go look for it.
Absolutely. But then I'll be looking at the price like,
yeah, that too.
But the time is worth it. When I think about the time to go in the thrift,
I think it's stress. I be stressing
Don't be stressed.
Oh my God, dude.
He do.
I hate the unorganization.
He don't like shopping. He dang sure don't like thrifting.
Yeah, I don't like stuff being unorganized and stuff like that. Like I said, I tried it for a little bit. I used to roll with people who do it. I can't do it, dog. I can't do it.
For me, dog.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Anyway, but so I guess we'll get back into our relationship. We can talk about thrifting all day.
I know, right?
But anyway, so like, how did y'all relationship progress? Like, did y'all kind of take it slow? Did it go pretty fast? Like, how was it for y'all?
It went fast.
Pretty fast?
Yeah. I feel like everything went fast, but I feel like it's because we were always on the same page.
Yeah.
And we felt the same way.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Because when I asked you, remember when I asked you if you wanted to be in a relationship? We was at the lake. You remember that?
So how long was it? How long had y'all been shopping at this time?
Crazy again.
You acted up. You acted up.
Don't waste my time.
Okay. Tell us about it. Is this the time at the lake where he took you to the sunrise?
No.
Okay, I was saying
No, this was months after that. Yeah, this was months after that. And we had been, you know what I'm saying, dating for some months, you know. So I'm like, okay, so what are we doing here? Like, I'm spending time with you. You know, I'm spending time with you every day.
Applying that pressure.
I did. Yeah. I'm like, we spending time every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just all for just don't waste my time.
I feel that.
If you don't see it progressing, I feel like after a certain amount of time, like, you know, if you at least like me enough to even pursue a relationship.
Yes.
So that's why I was asking him, like, hey, do you want to be in a relationship? Like, what are you looking for? And what did you say to me? Go ahead, tell the people what you said.
What did I say?
You don't remember what you said?
Nah.
He was like, man, I don't know.
Activate craziness.
You don't know.
You genuinely just didn't know, or you just like, it's cool it is?
This was my thought process, because like in the past, like when I had gotten out of relationships, I would like almost hop into another one, like
I feel that
almost immediately. So I told myself like I wasn't gonna do that.
Yeah.
So when I saw her initially when we first met, when I walked up to her and stuff like that, like it was just something different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause I never was the type of to approach women like that. Like,
Okay.
and, you know what I'm saying? So she was the first one that I ever like did like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a whole different situation. So I was just really trying to do things differently.
Yeah.
I don't want to just hop into another relationship after I had just gotten out of one not too long ago. You know what I mean? But
Here we are.
yeah.
So
Okay.
you said I don't know, and the response was,
What you mean you don't know? I was like, what do you mean? Like, you don't know? What
So
are we
you were
doing
expecting him to have an answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
either yes or no. Like
Yeah.
if we're dating literally like months, and when I say every day, I'm not even exaggerating. Like we're dating, going on dates like every day.
Mhm.
You buy me little cute gifts, making me little stuff and stuff like that, and then you tell me that you don't know if you want to be in a relationship.
Right.
Like that
Mixed
don't make
signals.
sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Make it make sense.
I mean, I feel you like looking back. But
Right.
in the moment though, you know what I mean?
No, I feel both.
I
Yeah.
understand.
So how'd y'all navigate through that conversation? Did we
He
really
changed
back
his
in? We really back in like the first one?
Basically.
I do know.
Whoa! You took that all wrong. I don't know,
Hey.
but you know I'm cool. I'm good.
Monica said, "Stay or go. Which one you want to do?"
Okay. And he said, stay. Here.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
This is funny to me.
That's
pretty
you gonna
much
make a
every-
decision here.
Yeah, that's
But
exactly
we
how
leave
she
it,
is.
yeah.
That's how she is.
So did you
That
feel?
is how I am. for
Did
real.
you feel like, aDDlib, did you feel like, dang, I'm kind of going against, like, not going against, but like, dang, I'm falling into the same pattern? Or did you feel like, nah, this is just truly different?
Yeah. I mean, it was just a totally different
Absolutely, yeah.
experience, like just all around, you know.
Yeah.
So I was telling myself, man, there's no way I can mess this up. I can't let her go. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so yeah, I had to like tell myself, you know, like I got to make it work. Like
Yeah.
this is different from all the other stuff. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay, bet. So after y'all had that conversation of if we're dating, if we're not, and y'all did land on we are,
Mhm.
how did y'all relationship progress after that? Was it meeting the family, or did y'all already have meeting?
Why you laughing?
I don't know why y'all so funny.
I know they
Y'all
be
cracking
cracking
me
up.
up.
Yeah, they be
Yeah,
cracking up.
it's
It
Like,
feels so genuine.
This
Yeah.
stuff is funny. So when you think about
Did
it.
y'all already meet each other's family, or like?
Well, once again, like we discussed earlier, like our families are totally different.
Yes.
So he most definitely met my family first.
Okay.
Before
all at the same time, pretty much.
Okay.
did they rush you?
Woo! Huh?
Nah, but
Yeah, okay.
okay, so
Talk about
so
it.
so
I'm nosy.
so she was throwing a blog lunch party,
Oh yes.
Oh.
and all of her family was there. They was like helping set
That's
up
it.
and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And so I come, she's introducing me to people and stuff like that. Everybody's saying hello and stuff like that. But when it gets to her dad, he's like, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like he's like just walking around, like not paying me no attention, like just basically ignoring me. You know
Like
what
while
I'm
you
saying?
talking to him.
Yeah. I'm like, so it was kind of awkward, but eventually he kind of slowed down for him. He was like, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying?
So you just kept trying, or he just was like, I'm gonna make
I can't remember how much time passed, like between me initially trying to say hello
Okay.
and whatnot. But
Just got back to you though.
yeah.
Oh, you asked me about an hour ago how I was doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
good,
good,
brother.
yeah.
Okay, and how did that make you feel? I know, like for I don't like putting gender roles on it, but like for majority women, like if they get that type of response, it's more like taken personal. Did you
Mhm.
feel like it was taken personal, or you were just like, this is a dad? Like, I don't know.
Nah. Yeah, he probably was just, you know, like how dads are. You know,
Yeah.
they always want the best for their daughter,
Right,
and
right.
so like I don't know. I was the first guy that she's kind of brought around like in a while. So
Mhm.
like
Mm-hmm.
so it was
Yeah, my dad,
understandable.
he's
I
very
didn't take it
protective.
personal.
Yeah.
So
He don't
Good,
play no
cool.
type of games.
Cool.
And it
Yeah.
ain't just like with me. It's like all
yeah, for sure.
all the women in the family. Like that, but that's just how my
Mm.
dad and my uncles and stuff
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
They're very over. We don't play them
protective.
type of
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
that's what's
They
up.
not playing them type of games. Mm-mm.
Right.
Yeah. And plus, her dad is super hilarious. So
Oh, he's
like
funny.
it all makes sense as to why he was
He
kind of
is
doing
funny.
that.
Gotcha.
Like it was intentional.
He's funny. Well, I don't know if it was intentional.
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
That's
I don't
just how
know.
my dad.
Yeah,
My dad is
yeah.
funny like
He
that.
said, I'll be
In my mind, I know
amazing
he's
or not.
probably like, who is this nigga? Who is this? I'm just like,
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mama, you didn't, you know? And she like, girl. Well, let's finish setting up then. We'll worry about it.
Hey, we can't worry about that right now.
Right, yeah. But he's, after that, I think you came to grandma's house. Because we used to have, well, before the pandemic, we have Sunday dinner at my grandma's house every Sunday. So, yeah, everybody ate her. And so he came down there. Did you come during the holiday first?
I really can't remember.
Or a Sunday? I can't remember. They had to be close because you met my family from Wichita, too. And they pretty funny, too. So they're a little crazy. So, yeah, we did all that. He met the family. And they love him. They still love him to this day.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I got to meet his mom and some of his family. But, yeah.
Yeah, because my family isn't as close as hers. So there's not too many gatherings where they're all together. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was a little harder for her.
So are y'all both from the city? From Oklahoma City?
I'm from Spencer.
You from Spencer?
I'm from the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? I just gotta say this: people from Spencer never say they're from the city.
They definitely don't.
They say I'm from Spencer. But if you from like Midwest City, Dale City, you may I'm from the city.
Yeah, from the city.
But Spencer people let it be known they from Spencer. I love that.
OKCPS. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all Oklahoma City. Y'all Oklahoma City. It's fine though. It's fine though.
That's funny. That's
okay. So I guess So was it cool? Like I mean, like bring him around your family. It was just kind of natural. It was just kind of whatever. It's just kind of like I got family similar. Like I got a big family. So it's like it's just kind of like all the time. It was like every Sunday, like you were saying. So it was just kind of like natural. Like this is just kind of what you do.
Yeah.
Like after a while, it's just like you just gotta go through your little initiation. That's what Alexia had to go through. Like you gonna have to meet everybody. Everybody got their own personality.
Gotta learn
it is
them.
what it is.
But you felt meeting all the family. It was just like you didn't feel.
Nah. Everybody's cool. Everybody in her family is super funny, hilarious. You know what I'm saying? They all were embracing like from the beginning. Yeah. Except for the one incident. But
Yeah. And what about you? Like when you met his mom and the family members you met, did it feel like the same? Not the same as your family, but just like
it did. His mom is like very loving and caring.
Aw, yeah.
I think she loves me more than she loves him, but
that's how my mama is.
Don't do that.
Yeah, her mama loves me.
See, that's how I feel about his mama. Like,
yeah,
like we are. Like she calls me her daughter-in-law, even though we aren't like officially married yet.
Yeah.
But we are really friends. Like if she has a problem with something, she gonna call me or stuff like that. I really love his mom.
Yeah.
I really do.
So y'all never experienced like any familial. That's a word. Discord.
Okay, smarty pants. Okay, smarty pants.
I had that was for none of y'all. That was for me.
That's I was like, that was for her. That's why I said
she trying to show her vocabulary.
I'm trying to make sure I ain't. Anyway, y'all. I don't like his ass.
I had to let them know.
Ooh, that's funny.
This how home
she think we
y'all.
stupid, y'all. People listening, she think we stupid.
No, that's a word. Hey,
look
that's
it up.
A word.
Look it up. Look it up.
Tell us how to spell it, because we'll know how to spell it. But that's a word.
Now he said people listening.
Yeah. You fed them that. You fed them that.
I didn't even remember I was going with that.
That's where you went. Anyway,
I think he was probably going to ask if we experienced
any
kind of
family.
Switch it up.
I can't stand it. Switch it up like a mug.
Yeah, it's funny.
Y'all having any issues with y'all's family?
We haven't had
everything fairly
any.
smooth.
Nah.
That's good. That's good.
For as long as we've been together, everything's been pretty
solid.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about your daughter's reception of it? Like, was she good the whole time?
Yeah, she loved this man.
Oh, since day one?
Since day one.
I love that.
Yeah, the first time we met, like you said, we went to Tinseltown. So again at the movies. So yeah,
movie guy.
I mean, that's just the easiest date. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Quick,
ain't got to do a whole bunch of talking
Simple,
either.
Yeah. So yeah, her daughter at first, like she was just quiet, sitting there. Like then afterwards, we kind of like sat in the parking lot and then she exactly kind of like the same type of situation.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah, and then she started warming up, started talking and stuff like that. But now, me and her is like like super cool. Like
Yeah, 2 peas and 5.
yeah, I just picked her up from school today. I love asking her different questions and stuff. Like she's into K-pop and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She into K-pop?
Into K-pop, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like heavy. And I'm like, girl. But I guess, we were talking, like, they don't have really boy bands anymore. Because when I was growing up, it was B2K
Oh,
first.
yes.
So there's not any boy bands. So she's, like, heavy into, what the boys called?
BTS.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the Korean. Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
She's heavy into it, girl. She learning Korean, Japanese, and everything. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like,
She's, like,
really
heavy.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very,
yeah.
very smart girl. She's in the 9th grade. She's actually getting ready to take her ACT in December. Yeah,
I
she's
know
real
that's
smart.
right,
Mhm.
little mama.
Yeah, she was testing
Let
at
me
a
take the
college
ACT.
level, so we was like, go ahead and get it out the way now.
Okay.
Why you got it?
And get school
So,
paid for with them smarts.
Where we at?
I love that. Okay, so after he met the family, or both of y'all met the family and all of that, where did y'all relationship go to? Like, were y'all still dating for a while, or?
Yeah, we dated for a while.
Why you say it like that?
She be putting the pressure on, man.
It ain't pressure, honesty.
pressure.
It's the honesty.
A while.
It was a minute.
Okay.
We dated for a while, and when dating somebody for that long, there's different stages in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
We went through the whole, oh my gosh, butterfly stage.
Yeah.
Then, after that, it's the, oh, I love you, butterfly stage.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
after that is, okay, I love you. Then after that, I feel like it's like, I love you, but do I like you?
Yeah.
Come
you see
on,
what I'm saying? Like,
speak on
it's,
it. Speak on it. Yeah.
And because this is the longest relationship me and him ever been in.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's
So
a
how long
lot
has
of
it been?
learning. A long time.
Yeah, we've been
About
together
to be
for a
8
minute.
years.
8 years?
Woo.
Wow.
It's about to be 8 years.
She always want to round up, like.
Because why?
I do
It's
too. Oh,
it's
God.
seven.
We be at a 3rd anniversary. We have 4 years. Like, nah,
I
what?
say
Like,
about-
this shit just
I
passed.
say about
2 months
In
ago.
June, it will be 8 years.
next June.
Yes.
She rounded up like a mama.
You know what I'm
She
saying? Like,
rounded up like a mama.
I see what he's saying, but I would do the same.
I was like 6 months. All right, we ain't even on the other side of the
Okay,
6 months yet.
After 7, we moving on to the next year.
Yeah, period.
Why we gonna keep
we already
going back?
working towards it. Come on,
Yeah.
might as well. Yeah,
Right.
I'm with her.
I'm not finna say 7
Hey,
years and
we
5
rolling.
months.
she
7
manifesting
years.
them extra months.
I'm not wrong.
I'm not gonna say 7 years, 6 months.
Yeah, or
I'm
7
just-
years
Just
too.
say
It's about
7
to be-
till it gets closer. Then you can say almost 8. But we
it's
still.
already almost 8.
I,
She said it's been long enough.
Long enough. Long enough. But yeah, so we went through that. I feel like the stage of, like I said, I
Mhm.
love you, but do I really like you?
Okay.
Because for me, I'm gonna say, like, you can really, really love somebody,
Mm-hmm.
but to be around them every day, you genuinely have to
Ooh.
like that person.
Mhm.
Like, I have to like you to want to even be around you, to see you, to talk to you every day.
Right.
Because once those butterflies and all that stuff fades away, I feel like you enter a whole nother different stage. Like, I have to
Absolutely.
like you for you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because
All of you. Okay.
all of it.
Yeah.
All of it. And
I'm
like I
with you.
said, we raised 2 totally different ways.
Mhm.
Families are 2 totally different. So, like we were talking earlier, like from what I see, like my parents been married 36 years, and
Mhm.
my uncles and my aunts, all that, been married for so long, and my
Mhm.
family is so close knit. All I've seen was that love, or let's work it out. Even though, like, I went through what I went through, I was still able to see it and still want to experience
Right.
it.
Yes.
Mhm. Whereas him it was different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it was understanding too, what I seen growing up, especially in a man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Come on.
because I've seen my daddy and how he is, and
Mm-hmm.
how he is like with my mom and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, well, I expect you to do this, and this. My daddy do it.
expectations.
Yes. So I'm
yes.
expecting him to do it, but not understanding that he didn't know because he never had
Mm.
that father figure, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
to look up to. So like I said earlier, perfect gentleman, you know what I'm saying, knew how to treat a woman because he was raised, by his mom.
Mhm.
But when you talk about like a man figure in your life, or looking up to a man, or knowing what to do when certain situations happen, I think it was just kind of different, and I got frustrated.
Yeah.
So how'd y'all maneuver through all of that? Like, I guess I'll go back before. Like,
Mhm.
how did it feel? Did you feel like she had a lot of pressure? Was it a lot of pressure on you? Or did it,
Yeah, pressure, but I guess necessary pressure. Like, cause like the way I kind of looked at it was like, you don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's like, if I missed out on the situation, like, just by not having my dad there, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't really like teach me this, and this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think back and like, how did I asked myself, how did I learn how to change a tire? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did I learn stuff like that? I don't really recall. But like I said, just kind of necessary pressure. Just she let me know like things that I need to work on, which is fine, and things that would help our relationship in the future and stuff like that. So
how'd y'all have those conversations? Was it like a structured deal? Did you kind of pop off to them, or was it like you know?
Like how was it received?
How would how those conversations go?
Next question, please. No, I'm just playing.
With those situations, they can kind of get heated, of course, just because like you can feel like somebody's coming for you. You know what I mean? But at the end of it, it's like I said, necessary pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like we need this to happen in order for us to work. So
it took a lot of maturity and growth, I think,
on both sides.
Yes, I think the initial conversations and reactions were very immature. It was very rah, and then we really had to like reel it back in, and that's when you decide like, okay, do you really love and like this person, you know, for who they are, or are you just dating them of the convenience, or are you dating them because you know they're fulfilling a need right now, or do you even see yourself being with this person, you know, for the rest of your life? So I think it just took, like I said, some reeling back in and just us kind of sitting down and talking like, okay, like, what do we want to do? I know this is where you are. This is where I am. So what are we going to do to fix it?
And how did y'all even get to the space where y'all like, okay, we need to reel it back in? Like, was it one of y'all being not less hot-headed, but just more like calm? Or like, how did y'all even get back to where it's like, let's kind of figure this out versus...
So you were calm.
No. I didn't say, she said, how did we get back? Initially, I don't say that I'm calm, but we handle situations differently.
Okay.
Because I can be mad and we can argue like at this moment, and 30 minutes later, I'm like, ooh, we finna go get something to eat.
I feel that. I feel that. Yeah.
Him on the other hand, he like, girl, why'd you talking to me?
That's me.
Just,
we not even clicking right now. Like, is we beefing or not, bro? Because we like get off.
No, I'm like,
I am with you. I'm good.
I let out I told you how I felt. I let it out.
Yes.
So hey, let's keep it rolling. Like we've literally been on dates out. And we would get into it, and he's like, "I could take you home." And he would take me home. He would take me home, and I would be like,
"Why am I going?
What I do?
Okay. And then the next thing you know, we outside in the driveway talking for 3 hours. Actually, we might not even be talking. We would probably just be sitting there. We'll sit there for a long time.
Not saying
nothing. Knew y'all wanted to be around each other.
I love that.
We would sit there not saying nothing. And then, of course, it's going to be me. I'm just going to be like, okay, so what is going on? What are we going to do? Because we can't keep doing this. He's more of, you know him, so he's very quiet. Very settled, so he doesn't really get mad. It's me.
It's too relatable.
Yeah, I'm the one that gets. I get
absolutely,
and I'm always tell you how I feel.
Too much.
I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Where he's like quiet and he'll not tell me, you know.
Yeah.
Until I take that back. Until he gets really mad or something big happens, then he bring up all this stuff. I'm like, well, you didn't say that.
Because you know it. You know she talk about you.
Yeah, she's calling me out.
I mean,
I had to work on that.
He has been working on it. Thank you, God.
But yeah, but I feel you 100% because you like, you know, because you just like, man, you just kind of like eat it. You don't really. I'm not one to argue. Like, I'm not one for confrontation.
Yeah.
So it's just like I eat a lot of shit, do a lot of, and then like you know, then you kind of just get your point. You like, you know what? You know what? You really, you know what?
Exactly.
Yeah, like you know what? Like let's go ahead and hash it out. We hashing it out, right? Yeah, I kind of go off the deep end, and next thing she all like, I just know you think about me like that.
Don't do that, because I be doing that with my
like then you be attacking me all the time. You come out and finally say something.
I'm like, damn, you feel that way about? I'll try to be better for you.
I'm sorry.
No, but I feel you. But yeah, that's something that we've been working on. I just been having to like speak up more consistently.
Yeah.
Instead of having that one big blow up.
Yeah. That's why I try to get him to understand, like, hey, if it's a problem or something, like say it right then. And so it's
Don't let it build up.
it's we went through a stage, even like validations and things like that, understanding how each other feels when they say, oh, well, I feel this way about this, and not saying, well, that don't even make sense. But it's how the person feels. So
honoring it. Yes.
Yeah.
That was hard.
That's a tough lesson.
That's a hard lesson to learn, because it's so easy to try to make sense of somebody else's feelings, but that's not your job. Like, and I try to all the time, and I try to have to, remind myself, but like, it's easy to do, because it's like, how the hell do you think that? How the hell do you feel that?
That's how he be.
Yeah, that's definitely how I feel.
Because I would tell him how I feel, and he'd be like, "That don't even make sense."
That's me. I'm very like logical.
Exactly.
I'm very logical, and so that's something I've been having to learn. Like, okay, like I might not agree with your mindset, but like that's how you feel. You can't control how you feel. So.
And I'd be like,
but I don't necessarily agree, but I do respect that's how you feel.
And
that's been hard for me lately.
How can you be so logical? Where are your emotions?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we not here.
But did you not hear that I said this?
Right.
This was, and he'd be like, but the logic. Anyway. Yeah. So we definitely resonate with that.
Yeah, that's
100%.
Yeah.
And so moving past that kind of looked like you kind of taking the initiative to say, like, okay, what's going on?
That's usually how it would go. Because like I said, this man would be like, I'm not saying nothing. And when I say, he would go for days if you let him, like, I just don't want to talk.
I'm triggered.
I mean...
It used to be like that, like 2 days, 3 days.
I don't want to talk.
I mean, like, cause like, I'm like, I tell her, like, I'm a loner, like, so I mean, if she ain't hit me up, she ain't hit me up to try to fix what she created. No, I'm playing. But nah, if she's not hitting me up, like, I be at the house chilling, man, like, you know what I mean. But
I can't wait.
But I know that's not the right thing.
I swear to God.
That's not the right thing to do. So that's still like a work in progress with us,
Yeah.
It's definitely like I was saying.
It's too relatable.
Yeah, it's too relatable, because that's some shit that I do.
I mean, it's
I definitely
hard,
be like, like, you want to be mad? Like, let's be mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm a loner too, so like, shit, I don't mind. I just go to the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do something else like I do.
He can spend days without talking to anybody.
That's him.
And I just be like, so you really not gonna say nothing?
That's me.
Yeah. And so when y'all say this stuff, I'm like,
just giving you your space.
This is touching me too close, because this man is really like content, perfectly fine.
Yes.
And then I'm over here like back in the day, like making up stories like, oh, he must be talking to somebody.
Ooh, that's
and
me.
The reality is,
you know that he's not.
And the reality is,
I know,
he just happy being alone.
I know. That's really what it is.
No, this whole podcast ain't totally out of character for me. In the past, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll just be at the crib chilling. Not doing nothing.
No camera, nothing.
No. But okay, so I mean that's some good positive energy right there. I like that. So do y'all feel like y'all been implementing it? Do y'all feel like that's kind of helped y'all become closer? Or is it still, I mean, it's obviously always a work in progress. But,
yeah, definitely work in progress. But as time progresses, we find different things that we need to work on in order to get to exactly where we want to be. But we always find a way to get back to, you know what I'm saying, to our happy place, so to speak.
Right. It takes a lot of text messages and yelling.
A lot of back and forth.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Just for somebody to say this, and it's probably me most of the time. I just be like, this is real stupid.
And I feel like
this is dumb.
I feel like one of the reasons why we kind of had those conflicts is because we are like so similar. So when you so similar to somebody,
these niggas
like,
teaching,
are y'all us? Like, this is like us. I don't know how old I is, but I'm gonna do it 5 years from now. Like, god damn.
We always say, man, we agree so much that when you don't agree,
it's like, how don't
like,
you
what?
understand?
Like, you think like me though.
Exactly.
So why don't you think
That's
like
exactly
me?
how it is.
Wow.
And it's the smallest things, and it's so crazy because when we talk to people, or if I talk to my mom, I'm like, we ain't even talking. I ain't talking to him, because my mom was always like, where's Dwayne at? If ain't nobody, especially my grandma, if they ain't seen him, they're like, where's Dwayne? My daughter's like, where's Dwayne? I'm like, I'm not talking to Dwayne. And she's like, well, what's going on? I'm like, girl, this. And she be like, is that it?
we be fighting over stupid stuff.
Smallest,
It be dumb. It be stupid.
Yeah,
I feel
I can
that.
relate. Yeah, I can relate. Trust me,
Triggers
we be
every
working
brain.
on
I'm
it,
sorry.
y'all. We be working on it, y'all. We just be
Yeah,
having
yeah.
it. We starting to learn how to communicate through the small things.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
that mainly would be what it is. That's why I feel like a lot of times, like that's why we got this platform, because it's like, yo, like a lot of times, like people will like split up over it. It usually be something small,
Yeah.
and the inability to communicate
Right.
and talk through it. It'd be what a lot of times people don't work out over. I mean, of course,
Right,
some people
right.
got serious situations, but like
Yeah.
you could pretty much communicate through anything. It'd be a lack of communication where people be like, where you really butt heads.
And not know where to start that communication.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
that's why therapy, I don't know if y'all even listened to any of our previous episodes, but we started couples therapy to help with that stuff. Because like y'all, literally, like y'all mentioned, we so used to being the same that any small difference is like,
Yeah.
nah, bro,
World
something
War
wrong
III,
with you.
yeah.
You off. You
It's
off.
like, you know, it'd be personal when they don't agree with you. Yeah, it'd
It's
be
like,
personal.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
no, you doing that on purpose to not agree.
You're not even a person I married, bro.
Who are you?
You're not
You are
even
not
the
the same person I fell in
I'm
love with.
married,
Like,
bro.
who are you?
Like, this
And
is
that's
crazy.
it. And we had to really realize, like, especially as a married couple, right? Like, okay, with both of us, like, not divorce ain't really an option at all. So it's like, okay, what we gonna do about this? Because we can't keep thinking that the other person is Hitler when they have a different opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
It used to get serious over some small
it
stuff.
will get
Yeah.
so serious. And so starting therapy made us realize, like, that respecting those differences. And it's hard because it's like he said, you take it personal, but literally, like, you can't, because it's just that person's
Right.
experience, opinion, and you have to realize, one thing we realize is, like, as much as we're so similar, look at our backgrounds. We
It's
come from
crazy.
two
Y'all,
totally
y'all
different
really be
places.
like, we listen to y'all, it's like, that's crazy because y'all's really telling our story.
Absolutely.
Like, he's super quiet. You got probably more personality.
Yeah.
The same. I'm funnier than her, but she
Oh,
got more.
triggers,
She got more of the
triggers.
personality. You know what I'm
Triggers.
saying? I'm funnier than her, but she definitely got the bigger, louder personality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
And
be
we
like,
talked about the funnier thing. You're a different type of funny, my guy.
okay.
He's witty.
She can
He's
tell stories
witty
better
as
than me.
hell. But then he can't tell a story worth shit. Like, don't ask him to get up in front of nobody to tell no.
But he think his stuff be so funny, and it don't be funny.
And it,
Hold
well,
on.
I can't lie.
Don't
Jeremy
do
be
that.
funny.
Cause I'll be like, I'll do something, make her laugh, and then I'll be like, I told you I'm funny. As she's
Yeah.
laughing, she be like, no,
Yeah.
this will try to stop
She
laughing.
stopped capping. She stopped capping
I
lately.
stopped.
Cause she be wanting to say I'm not funny, but she you know what? I'm laughing. You know what I'm saying?
About this
You
shit.
know what? I'm laughing.
I ain't ready to give him that credit yet.
Like after she doubt me, she'll walk around the corner and be like, you funny.
No, Jeremy is funny,
Yeah.
but he can't
No.
tell a story. Like,
That's fine.
I'm Dave
quit,
Chappelle
Quit telling
funny.
the world about my downs. You know what I'm saying? Like, first off,
Dave
this
Chappelle
ain't about us. First off,
right. This their story. Come on, cut that.
I'm terrible at telling stories too. I can't lie. Like,
Nah, yeah, I'm
You
not
said
the
what?
best storyteller.
I'm terrible at telling stories too. Like,
Oh,
But
Oh,
he'll
yeah,
tell
kid.
him, he be like, man, this
Yeah.
is so funny. I can't wait to tell you the story. You tell me, I
it be trash. When I
It be trash. It be trash. I'm halfway through, like, yeah. Man, you know what? This shit ain't that serious, man. You know. This shit ain't that serious.
Jeremy be saying
It ain't. I should have
I'm
called you in a
like-
moment. I should have called you in a moment. It ain't even.
oh man, yeah, that's how I go,
I'm
man.
like,
I don't know what it is.
I'm like, okay, so
it
then
be
what?
flopping in my head. In my head, though. If you was there, though, in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna tell
Exactly.
this.
I'd
I'm
be
gonna
like,
tell this
is that
funny.
it?
It's still,
But I'd be
it's
like,
still
maybe
funny
too
to me
many
though.
details. Maybe too many details. Maybe too. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
good job,
It just
man.
sounds like a lot of hate. It just sounds like a lot of hate over there.
It's all good. It's all good.
We here, y'all there.
The
I love that.
Mm.
Where was we
I
at?
can't even
Yeah,
remember.
Y'all
yeah.
funny.
I can't even remember where we was at.
Y'all like us literally 5 years from now. Like, it's literally the same. That's so funny. I want to
past
get to the
that.
engagement, but what's before the engagement?
That's probably where we were. Like, we had, like I said, we've been together for almost 8 years, and I'm gonna keep saying it.
Okay.
But we had good solid years, you
Mhm.
know, and then I feel like we hit a bump. So most of our relationship has been good,
Mhm.
but to me, like, when it was good, it was great. But when it was bad, like you said, it's the same people, it was just like
Yes.
wanted to give up bad. I didn't broke up with him and got back together with him the same day about maybe 150 times.
Yeah.
She ain't never left, man. But she'll say it to herself, but she ain't going nowhere. Exactly.
I tried to
Exactly.
I'm trying to like move fast, but I'm like,
He like, it's a trigger.
I
I'm
feel
sorry.
that shit.
He just put his head down like,
yeah.
You know, we just
But
done.
you know what? We in a good space, so I ain't even gonna take
Yeah,
your
I feel
mic
that.
towards you.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that is funny
Y'all
to
niggas
me.
is insane.
Hey, I'm better now that we married, but before the marriage,
It was, yeah.
listen.
I can understand being with somebody like, I feel like you like being with somebody like us is kind of different. Because Alexis is a very verbal person. She need a lot of affirmations, a lot of you know, like just she needs to know that I love her. And I'm just a person like I'm an acts of service person, and you know, like I take care of you. You know what I'm saying? I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like I love you.
Yeah.
You know, you should know I love you kind of person.
Yeah,
and so that's kind of like it's kind of funny because it's like she'll be like wanting to break up, like, do you just not like me? You know what I'm saying? It's
talk
like
about it.
back in the day, like,
Yeah.
do you just not like me? It's like, no, I mean, I love you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
I didn't do
that's
nothing
not how it
different.
would go. You'd be like, I mean, yeah, we cool.
I probably would say some dumb shit like that.
Triggers.
You know what I'm saying? I probably would say some dumb shit
Yeah.
like, I mean,
Yeah.
And he
I
would
mean, I thought
mean-
we was good. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You
And
know
he
what I
would mean like, oh, I love you, but I would take that as like, yeah, you cool as hell. But when I find somebody else, my mind just
That's me.
all
It's
over
okay.
the place.
I'm the same.
But yeah.
I'm the same.
Anyway,
Back
yeah,
to-
we having a good time. I shouldn't have been late. I let you drink a little bit. I could have been more serious in this conversation, but it's cool.
Don't blame me. Why you not serious? Just 'cause I drank a little.
No, this is
Hey,
fun.
I gotta be part of the party now. No, it's fine.
We've been having a good time. I've been talking.
So we're just hopping to it. So y'all are engaged now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
We are
like,
engaged.
how'd that go? Like, we went into the decision for you to go ahead and pop the question. I know, like for men, it's kind of like a thing. You kind of take it seriously, you know. I'm assuming I don't want to put it on you, but assuming she had been in a past relationship before, I'm sure you just want to make sure because she had mentioned before she didn't want to kind of go through that thing again. But how was that? How was that making that decision for you?
I mean, all along, I pretty much knew like that's the end result that I wanted with her, but I can't remember like a specific moment where I said, okay, yeah, this is what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But taking the steps to actually get engaged, I did invite her parents out to dinner to formally ask them. You know what I'm saying? So, and it was everything is so hard to keep from her, like, cause she asked a lot of questions. So I'm like texting like her mom and dad, like, hey, could y'all meet me here at this time, and please don't tell Landi. And while we're there, like eating and whatnot, she's like texting me, calling me and stuff like that. Like I'm trying to think of ways of what I can say to her. So I mean, I don't like to lie, but for the situation, it's like I gotta come up with something.
Yeah.
I can't keep ignoring her. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, we just kind of cut the dinner short. But yeah, it went smooth. I just told them how much I loved their daughter and how much I loved their family and stuff like that, and how I appreciated how welcoming they were, like just from the jump, with inviting me into their family. So I mean, I basically already feel like I'm part of the family. I'm over there all the time and stuff like that. So.
Okay, so when you sat down with the family, did you flat out say, I want to marry your daughter, can I have her hand in marriage? Like, was it an ask, or was it just telling them your intentions?
Well, I started with my intentions first. I just told them how much I cared for her and how much I enjoyed just being a part of their family, and thanked them for how they were with their family, you know, like being close like that. I also told them that that was kind of a prayer of mine, that I want my family to become like that again, because we used to kind of be like that, more close knit when I was younger and stuff like that. So I just told them how much I appreciate them, and I asked for their hand in marriage, her hand in marriage.
Yeah.
and so yeah.
And was it a flat out yes, or was there any conversation?
What did my
around
daddy
it?
say?
They was like, I
was being
don't got no problem with that.
My daddy wasn't.
They both was like that. I was like, okay, that works with me. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
okay.
Yeah. So,
All right. So how'd you get it? How was the proposal?
um,
Why she always laughing?
Because I was crazy again. I was crazy.
before even
Crazy
before like
came
the
out.
actual proposal, like I initially had planned to propose in a different way.
Okay.
well, it was way whacker than what I actually ended up doing. I was just gonna throw like a party. I haven't had paid for the venue to where we was gonna have the party, but it was around the time where she was like planning a fashion show, so just the timing was bad. But fast forward to the actual engagement. It was on a Sunday, so we had went to church together, and so after church, let me go back a little bit. So I had been planning it like with her family. It was her uncle's, her aunt's birthday had just passed not too long ago. So it's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna use that. We're gonna say that the whole family's gonna go out to dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like after church on Sunday. So all right, so after church, her mom was like, I was texting her mom like during church service. I was like, okay, I gotta find a way to get away from Landi, you know what I'm saying? Because she's gonna ask where I'm going if I just up and leave after church, you know, because we normally hang out after church.
You were supposed to be going with me to the mall.
Yeah, she had asked me to go to the mall.
And he said yeah, so he already messed up.
He fucking up his own plans.
Well, you know how it is, like when you what do
Yeah.
you say? Like, nah, I'm not going to the mall.
Like, why? Then you got 2 more questions. Yeah, you got more questions.
Exactly. So I was like, oh, you going to the mall? Okay. All right. But so I was like texting her mom, trying to figure out a way to get away from her so I can do all the preparation stuff that I needed to do before the actual proposal. So her mom was like, well, I need him to go get some sanitizer for the church. And
Crazy activated.
Come on, yeah.
And so
Crazy activated.
and she was like, you got all these deacons here. Why you asking him?
Keeping it a buck, right in the sanctuary.
All these deacons
keeping
around
it a
here,
buck.
that's what they supposed to do. Why is he gotta go get some sanitizer?
My man.
Exactly. Yeah.
We supposed to be going to the mall.
That's what she was on. But eventually, like, she just accepted it, I guess. And I was just like, after I'm done with that, I'll just try to meet you at the mall. You know what I'm saying? I'll see where y'all are at. And so
were you at all like, or something fishy going on? You were just pissed.
Well, I was mad at first because I was like, okay, whatever, mama, whatever you need him to do, whatever. So my cousins were with me. So I was like, okay, we can just go to the mall. They were with me, but he was supposed to meet me up there.
Okay.
So he messed up once again, and I called him. I'm like, he told me he was gonna meet me up there, never came. So I'm like, hey, where you at? We about to leave. Like, where are you?
Yeah.
He told me he was going to go see his mama, or he was going somewhere with his mama. Now, anytime he goes somewhere with his mama, he always asks me to come with him.
she was like, hey, do you need me to come meet you? I was like, no.
No, he was like, no. I was like, no. Like, what you mean? Like, you finna go see your mama. He
Yeah,
told me you want to
funny
go
as
see your
hell,
mama.
boy.
Yes. And you know, for me, when 1 + 1 = 2, all right, let's go. So I'm calling mama like, hey. I'm like, is Dwayne with you? And she cannot lie for nothing. She was like, she was like, yeah. I said, well, can I talk to him? She was like, well, he not here yet. I said, what you mean he ain't here yet? You just told me he was with you, you know? So.
You was not playing.
Yeah, she applied pressure from all angles.
No, and she, afterwards, I felt so bad. But she apologized. She said, I'm so sorry. You know, I can't lie to you. She was like, you know, I can't lie to you. But I didn't know what to say. And I'm like, because you didn't have it.
And this is the thing. Like, I prepped my mom beforehand. I called. I was like, okay, so.
Because you knew.
I'm proposing. She was actually out of town. She wasn't even here.
Oh, okay.
Like, she had went to go see my aunt. So she was like in the car when she had called her. But so I called her, I prepped her. I was like, okay, so I'm proposing. Landi's kind of suspicious. You know, she's probably gonna call you because I said that I'm with you. Just letting her know.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, just don't tell her anything about it. You know what I mean? And she was like, like when Landi called her, my mom was like, don't, like, calm down. It's nothing bad.
That's what she kept saying. She
It's
kept
nothing
saying
bad. It's gonna be
bad.
okay.
She said, trust me. She kept saying, trust me, it is nothing bad.
And so were
He's
you
not
tipped
doing
off at this point?
No, I was not. I still wasn't tipped off.
was
I was
angry.
still saying something ain't right.
Yeah, you just trying to figure out
Yeah.
what this man doing.
Yeah, I was like, something ain't right. Because in my mind, I'm like, I know that's my girl, but that's her son. So wait a minute. Something wasn't, something wasn't right. And so then I think from there, I went home. And then we were going out to eat. Then you said you would meet me there. But I was still mad. And so when I got there, I was walking. I really wasn't paying attention because I was mad on my phone. I knew he was already there because I had seen his car. So I'm like, mad. I don't want to talk to you. Don't talk to me. I'm just going to be on my phone. So I'm walking. And I see all my family standing. We was at Chisholm Creek.
Creek, yeah.
Okay.
They were all standing on the bridge and stuff. And there was a lot of people. I'm like, okay, it's a lot of people. But I'm thinking it's different families over there. So we go, I walk, and I start seeing different people. And I'm like, what is Ray doing here? And I seen Chris, and I'm like, what is Chris doing here? It's all these random people. I'm like, this is weird. And then I see him come, and I was just like,
oh.
I cried the whole time.
Yeah, talk to us about it. Talk to us about what happened.
I cried the whole time. So one of my favorite scenes from Martin is when he proposes to her in the park. And first of all, I was mad. Well, afterwards, I was mad because my hair, my hair is short. So my hair was black at the time, and it was like Gina's. So he wanted my hair to be like Gina's. But I was supposed to have my hair braided. So my cousin dodged me for a whole week because she knew he was going to propose and how my hair was supposed to be. Girl, I
love this.
She had
cousin
me,
was about to get cussed out, huh?
She did, because I was in the mirror for 5 hours trying to put some
Yeah, I was
put some phone lights in my
I was over there too. Like one time with her, she was like just sitting in front of the mirror, like trying to
mad.
trying to fix her braids.
I
I was like,
you're not gonna help me. Look at me
right.
struggling.
It'll be worth it.
Girl, it took me 5 hours to do 2 braids. I was so mad. I was so mad. So, he did the whole scene from Martin. He had Chris play Cole. Ray played Tommy.
Okay.
And then my sister sung. My sister can sing, so she sung.
And the cousin that was supposed to do the braids, she was in it too. She played Pam. So
yeah, she played Pam.
Yeah.
So what is you said the scene is when Martin proposes to Gina
in the park.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the park, and he just replayed all of it.
It's to the T. Yeah, and we actually have it's a video. Girl, it went viral too. You see that? I gotta act like I did.
For purpose.
It did.
Episode purpose.
It did, and it was very special because my cousin, the videographer, he had it playing to where the episode was playing at the same time.
Yes.
That's crazy. Oh yeah, he did his thing.
Yeah,
he did his thing.
Yeah.
It was good.
Like you said, I don't know whatever else you had. It wasn't gonna be as dope.
No. It was good though. It was special. I don't know. My leg was shaking and it was down the whole time. I was crying.
But you knew immediately what was going on?
Yeah. When I seen him come, did you have something in your hand?
No, I just grabbed your hand and walked you over to the bench.
Yeah, you did. You walked me up to the bench, but you started talking though too.
Did you know it was
like
Martin?
Afterwards? Yeah.
A scene from Martin?
I didn't at first.
Okay.
I didn't until the first person came in. Or no, you start reciting what he was saying, and then I knew.
Oh,
that's beautiful.
So it was like what he was saying, but in his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I knew.
And the dope part that I didn't realize, we was on the bridge, like just like when she called me weird on the bridge. You know what I mean? So I took it.
I took it
So
back.
took it back to the first
double
date.
entendre
You know what I
on
mean?
accident. You know what I mean?
It's funny to me. I didn't realize that. So,
yeah. On the bridge acting weird.
Bro.
That's tough.
Bro.
Hey, this man tough. He may have to deal with some stuff. You know what I'm saying? He tough.
Since day one, man.
Don't do that.
Okay.
So how's it been since the engagement? Like,
or how was it just being engaged?
Yeah, how
like
is
that
it?
day? Like, how did you feel when you finally said yes? Was it like,
It was great. Like, it was magical. Like, it was more than what I expected. So, yeah, it was almost surreal.
Yeah.
You kept saying, I'm a whole fiance out here.
Yeah, I kept saying it. Everywhere I went.
Just kept saying that.
Everywhere I went. So, yeah, it was a very special moment, especially everything we had been going through, like the year prior to that. It was just very special and very reassuring that this is what what we're supposed to be doing. This is where we're supposed to be. So, that's how that was.
That's good. So how's your engagement process been going? Like, you know,
Man,
everybody's is a little different.
Well, you know what? We got engaged in the middle of COVID.
Okay.
So when we got engaged, that's really when COVID first started that year. So everything literally just was pushed, like, you know what I'm saying, on the back burner to the side. So
yeah. And when did y'all get engaged?
A year ago? It's been a year?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a year. So we going on year 2, right? This will be the second year? Going on the second year?
Yeah, it will be next year.
Yeah, don't let me bump the years up.
Don't run it up.
She said year 3.
Yeah, it'll be the second year. So the planning process is, I wouldn't say stressful.
Cause she has a huge family, so that the majority of the wedding will be like her family. Like, I have a very short list of people that that'll be attending from my side, You know what I'm saying? So
And another big thing for that too is we wanted my grandma to be there. So while COVID was going on, like she was like, like there's no, she ain't going nowhere. She ain't doing nothing. Don't talk to her. I don't want to see y'all. None of that. So I think both of us really wanted her there because recently I lost my my mom's mom a year ago. He lost both of his grandmas in the same year. So I think it was last year actually. So I think it was very important for us to make sure that she was there because she's like a very big part of like the foundation of our family. I mean, like our whole family. So like she's like the last living aunt and everything. So everybody tries to make sure that she's at everything that we ever have. So I think it's important to me for her for sure to be there. So that's one of the other things too is making sure she's, comfortable.
And comfortable.
And plus, we want to do something like super dope. Of course, we don't want it to just be regular. So that adds another factor to it.
It's money.
I ain't even gonna ask what it is. Let the folks be surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't.
Sure, I know, but I'm like, let the folks be surprised.
Yeah. They'll know when it happens.
You can cut it. You cut it?
I do.
She want to know. I'm gonna tell her.
They told us what it is. Y'all not gonna get to see it or hear it, but it's fire though.
It's fire.
But have y'all had any like? I don't even think y'all probably will, but any like headbutting as far as like what all y'all want for the wedding and stuff like that? No, it's all on the same page.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing.
So y'all both want to kind of do it pretty big?
Something different. Yeah. I feel like we're different anyway, so we just want to bring something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at me excited.
Hey,
I'm a beater. Don't know about y'all.
Anyway.
No.
So like, how's the process been? Like, I guess me and Alexis when we got engaged.
Had some rough patches.
Not even that. I moved the fuck in. Oh, excuse me. I moved in. I moved in. So like, like, is there any barriers? Like, have y'all done anything different, or is everything pretty much been status quo since y'all got engaged?
Everything has been the same. I do feel like, we're past 5 years, so we hit another growth spurt, you know what I mean? So it's still learning each other and also growing and also understanding that, okay, we're growing, but one person might be growing faster than the other person. You know what I'm saying? So
First off, a little wine hitting in, I'm cutting too much.
It's
He's drunk, y'all.
I'm not drunk, but I see how you messing up the intro.
Okay. It's easy.
But
haven't sipped too many.
She preaching though. Like
for real.
She preaching.
You grow, you know what I'm saying? So it's also like understanding where that person is. And just because you're here, still respecting that person when they're not exactly where you are. You know what I mean? And figuring out ways to do things to where either you can get them up on the level or on your level or, encourage them to get there. So yeah, that was most definitely, I feel like, a phase. But I feel like that's a phase that could go on forever.
Yeah, because everybody grow at different rates. So it's like what we learned was like, it was moments where I felt like maybe I was up here and Jeremy was up here, and then Rose would switch. And it's like, whoa, now I'm the one there. And it just feels different. And it's like respecting the fact that it may be some stuff that he grasps onto faster than me, and vice versa, and respecting that, like, okay, God did that so he could help me get there and vice versa, not just so we could be outshine and they were like, oh, I'm better. No, it's to literally build each other up and help.
I feel like some of the advice that we got from like older couples and stuff that we've had on is like essentially like marriage ain't 50-50 all the time. You know what I'm saying? Always one person is gonna have to like step up if another person slacking and vice versa. It's never 50-50. It's always going back and forth. Somebody got to pick up the other person when they kind of down and vice versa. And that's just kind of part of being married. You can't expect your spouse to be perfect. You're on it all the time. Right. You got to pick up that slack sometime and vice versa. So.
That's facts.
But it sounds like what you're saying right there, and I'm with that.
I agree 1,000%.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how it is. And I mean,
how is it navigating those waters as an engaged couple versus being a dating couple? Is it different? Are y'all trying to handle the things differently, or has it been the same approach to handling it?
I feel like I'm talking about all
I feel like it's similar. I feel like what we've been trying to do more now is like hang around more people that are married, like our sister and her husband. They're like a great help for our relationship. Of course, our parents as well. So just being around like people who've been through the stages already that we're going through and stuff like that, and just trying to get advice from them, and just talking with our pastor and stuff like that. Like, and we plan on like starting therapy too. We trying to find a therapist and whatnot. So I know that's important to do before we actually do get married. Yeah. You know, so.
Yeah, we definitely team premarital counseling. Yeah, at the minimum, at the bare minimum.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah, I think, and my pastor said something very important. Like, you know, we'll go through the premarital counseling and stuff with him, but he said he think it's very important that we also have like a licensed therapist.
Ooh, that's good that he recommended.
Yeah, he most definitely did. He said, as a pastor, you know, I can give you advice. You know what I'm saying? I can be here for you, but it's also good to have get help or get that advice from somebody who's actually done this, or that's what they went to school for, or that's what they actually do. So yeah, he most definitely recommended that for us. So that's like what we're looking into now. Like, we know we have him, but we also are trying to find somebody that we're both comfortable with, because he gonna be the hardest. This man, he's not gonna just open up to anybody.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
He can tell you.
She right. I don't like just opening up to anybody. Like, especially if I feel like.
But I was the same. Once you go see somebody for so many weeks, I've been going for over a year now. Once you go see somebody for so many weeks, like it just happens. Because I don't share none. It's still some stuff that I don't completely share in it. Like I said, I've been going every week for a year. So I've been in therapy over 50 times. It just blow my mind. And I go twice a week because I go with her now. Like, so I go on my own, I go with her. But like, as somebody that's super closed off, like, I don't even share stuff with my best friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that closed off. I'm that closed off. I don't share certain stuff about even my best friends. Like, and I consider him my brother. Like, he closer than blood. You know what I'm saying? And I'm one of those people. And it's like, once you go talk to somebody for like so many weeks, like, because I think what it is for me is like a trust thing. Like, can I trust you?
Yeah.
And you like, after you so long, you like, all right, I trust you. It's your job. You professional. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still don't speak about just everything yet. I ain't that comfortable, but like, I go in there and like, let's piss me off this week. Let's piss me off this week. You know what I'm saying? Like, or something like that. Like, you know, or just that's it. Every week. I done went in there and said that 50 times. No, I'm just playing. That ain't every time.
I know.
But yeah, you just go in there. It's definitely a process. Like anything, it's definitely like work. You got to go in there, and it's gonna be awkward at first. That's how it was for me anyway. It's just like, as being, like I said, super introverted person, not trust. But I put that on the table for a friend. I was like, in my email, I was like, I'm really only reaching back to you because Alexis like mentioned to me that I didn't get back to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, for me to write this email is even a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I don't want to ask for help. You know, not that I need like mental help, but it's like I feel like it's asking for help, and it's hard for me. And so like, I kind of put it on the table for her at first. And when I went in there, she was like, you know, what you want to talk about? And we just kind of went from there. Very surface, you know, at first. Nah, she know my whole damn family. She know my whole damn family. Yeah, she done. Like, I ain't gonna say she done fixed, but she done helped me fix problems with my birth mom. She done helped me be able to talk to my dad about things I think he got going on. Definitely encouraged me to work on stuff with Alexis and stuff like that. It's just like,
that's real good.
It's that, you know, that third party, like I said, as an introverted person that don't really like want to speak to somebody, I'm like, once you start doing it, it's kind of like anything. Like, once you start doing it, it becomes a lot easier. Like, even to this day, like, when I go on Tuesdays, when Tuesday roll around, I do not want to go to this. You know what I'm saying? I do not want to go. I go on Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 3 o'clock, I be like sitting in the parking lot. I do not want to be here. You know what I'm saying? I could be totally doing something different.
That's good, though.
But, you know, it's pretty good. So, like, even as for y'all as a couple, I mean, it's gonna be tough. I'll be 100. Like, that premarital counseling was fun. When you get to your therapy,
it was fun, but then we would argue afterwards.
Sometimes afterwards, but therapy be, you know what I'm saying, the fun. It don't really be talking about the fun stuff. Like, premarital counseling be talking about your
getting to know each other.
Yeah, getting to know like what you want. But once you go into like therapy, you don't have no choice, because like, you get in there and you got to talk about. You paying for an hour, and
Right.
so it's like you got to like have conversation. And yeah, we be. But
We go in there good, like, oh, just laugh and leave, like, I ain't
we
saying
leave.
shit
Yeah.
Okay,
Unfortunately, we drive separate. If we drove the same car, I don't know if we would be able to do.
Yeah.
We probably would have dropped out by now. We probably would have dropped out by
Yep,
now
yep.
because they be in there. You gotta have some tough conversations you never think
Conversation,
you
yeah.
never think about, like you said, because it's easy. Like for you, and I relate to you because I'm the same way. Like without that, a lot of conversations we wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like it's easier to not talk about it.
Yeah.
Like,
And
you
the
like, especially like especially with a woman that's a little fiery. I say fiery. You know what I'm saying? You just like I don't feel like dealing.
Yeah.
I don't feel like dealing with that. Like I'd rather just like I just eat it. You know what I'm saying? Just go on. I don't want to deal with it. I just whatever.
until it's
And then you
big,
get in there,
then
and
I'm
it's kind of like a space. You got that third party, that third person to kind of like.
neutralize
To
it.
kind of like, like if she
Yeah.
starts trying to get at you, you like, it's like a diffuser. Like,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah.
We're not gonna do that
and you
in
like,
therapy.
you
Right.
you respecting that third person because you like, okay, like
Yeah.
they in here just doing their job. You gonna, it's at the end of the day, you in front of company still. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like, you gonna respect that third party. So like, it's been a lot of things I've been able to like go in there and say and be like, whew, you know what I'm saying? Like. I don't know how this is
Take
gonna go when we leave, but I
Right now, I'm cool.
Like
Yeah.
I said it at the beginning, so the therapist could help diffuse it before we leave.
Yeah.
And she
Our
gonna leave and not talk to me, but by the time we get home together, about an hour later,
because our therapist loves saying, like, we'll be talking to her, like we may say how we feel, but we saying to her, say it to him. Now you're doing too
Now you
much.
right. I
I'm
can't even
telling
look over
you.
here right now.
Yeah.
She
That's
loves
tough.
saying, tell it to him. Tell
Yeah, I
it to
do.
her.
I love that. I really do love that.
we love therapy. For
Yeah,
sure.
and I think it's very important. I mean, even in our community, period.
Just about to say
You know what I
Yes.
mean? I think it's very important because we go through so many things and we get with somebody
Mm.
and then all this stuff is like unraveling and it's being revealed and you're trying to figure out why your partner's acting this way and you're not even knowing that they went through this.
Yeah.
So I think it's very, very, important that you even like scratch that surface before you get married. Because people ask all the time, like, what took y'all so long with that? Don't work. First of all, stay in my business. That's number
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
That's
Everybody
number one.
running
It's
their own
y'all's
race,
time.
yeah.
Exactly. Number two, I'm like, you don't know what me and him go through or what the things that we talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when we go into this, we know that divorce is not even for us.
Yeah.
But we don't want to enter a toxic marriage trying to rush for nobody else. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So if there's things that we know that we need to work on personally and together,
Mhm.
then that's just what
y'all gonna do, yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
She on it. She
No,
on
for
it.
real, for
She
real.
on it. I'm not gonna lie, because
That's-
like that
that's what
would be
we
a
do.
lot of. I feel like sometimes you do some external pressures
Societal
for some
pressures.
societal
Yeah.
pressures
Yeah.
on some people when they get married, and then like you ain't do the work, beforehand,
Right.
and then
Right.
and, so when you trying to figure it out, which we had a couple on, they got married in a couple months, but they done figured it out. So congratulations to them.
Yeah.
But it's like, but yeah. I still think to this day, sometimes I think like, man, I feel like we could have went through, now that I know what I know, I'm like, we probably should have definitely done more before we got married. I mean, it's working out fine now, but like, I'm like, damn, like, I didn't know you as well as I thought I knew you. You know what I'm saying? And, it's like,
And we got married kind of young too.
Yeah,
So
we
it's
was-
like we are still changing
Yeah,
as
y'all-
individuals.
yeah.
And you're going to constantly change.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with us getting married so young, I'll speak for myself. Something I learned in therapy. Speaking for myself, not for us. But I learned that like I'm gonna constantly evolve. So holding him or myself to the expectation when we got together is not realistic, right? Like because we're getting older, we're going to constantly change, meaning we have to give each other grace for growth and be adaptable to what that growth looks like for our partner. Because when you start growing, and that's something we realize, like starting to grow, and we start to kind of not necessarily grow apart, but just grow differently and not respect that in one another. And it's like, no, like, because we're changing always as humans, but as we get older, we have to make sure when we are growing in relationships and in marriage that we are constantly thinking of, okay, yes, I'm growing, but let me make sure to communicate and align that with my partner, or just make sure we on the same page. Because if you don't, literally things can start getting weird. And I know that's what we were doing, going to therapy individually to the point where it was like, No, I'm sure of myself. I'm sure of myself.
Right.
And boom.
Because everybody think they right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same person.
It's all good.
What?
That's what I say. Yeah, same person.
Anyway,
That's usually
we could go through our therapy PSA. We good at that. But
we love talking about therapy.
yeah,
ain't nothing wrong with it.
yeah. But that kind of brings us up to date. I mean, that was just last year.
That was last year. So speaking of that being last year, how was the pandemic for y'all? I know a lot of people talk about like the pandemic, making them realize that they truly like their partner.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all experience any turbulence during the pandemic?
I think because we've been together so long, we had already hit that stage of, okay, I do really like you. Like, I know we don't see eye to eye all the time, but I mean, you hear, like, this is who I'm supposed to be with. And one thing I think I'll say what I learned, I'll let him talk because once again, I feel like I'm talking too much. But one thing I learned is loving somebody or loving him. I was loving him the way that I wanted to be loved and not the way that he wanted to be loved.
Yeah.
Because the way that I wanted to be loved is totally different because I'm needy and he's not. So I'm trying to project my love onto him. So I'm loving him how I want to be loved. And when I'm expecting that in return, and I feel like it was that for him, I can't speak for him, but I feel like for both of us, we were loving each other like the way that we wanted to be loved, where I might not have felt like it was enough. And what I might be doing was too much. You know what I mean? Because if he's a loner and doing this, if I'm just constantly like, then it might be too much and too overwhelming for him. So that's probably one thing I probably learned.
Yeah, I definitely agree. That's a learning process. A lot of the times we want to love people how we want. Like, this is how I show love, accept it. But that's not always the case. Like, people want to be loved different ways, like she said. People receive love different ways. So it's kind of a learning process with that. And just figuring out a way to make sure, like y'all mentioned before, like making sure your partner feels that love that you have for them and not like just doing like your personal checklist of what love may look like, like actually doing things that they identify as like receiving love, basically. So, but yeah.
Well, something I was gonna ask. Oh, I don't think y'all talked about not living together yet. Do y'all want to share that, or y'all don't want to?
Oh, it don't matter.
Okay.
You wanna go first?
Yeah, we don't live together.
Straight up. That's what my man said. We don't live together.
Nah, but we've talked about it and stuff like that, especially since we got engaged. But of course, with her daughter being involved as well, we want to make sure that we're giving the right example. We don't necessarily want her to grow up and be like, oh, my mama had lived with a man before she got married, like it must be okay, or something like that. Or we try to do things as right as possible. Of course, we're not perfect, but we have certain like morals and standards we try to uphold and stuff like that. So we're gonna wait until we get married to actually move in with each other. But
and I feel like too, like it helps me learn him more, if that makes sense, because we're not rushing in to like move in while we're engaged. Because I feel like if we moved in while we're engaged, then we wouldn't be putting in any work because we already there. Okay. So since we're not there and we haven't made the decision to actually, do this like we are married, I feel like it's allowing us that room to grow and actually put in more work and not settle, if that makes sense. Yeah.
So has that been difficult to not live together, or y'all just used to it?
I mean, well, not for me. I just think right now we're probably just used to it, but we still see each other.
Every day?
All the time. If not every day, every other day. Like, we still spend time with each other, see each other, but I did have to learn that even though I'm needy and I want him 24/7, he still needs his
alone time. Yeah.
Oof. It's hard for me.
That's hard, listen.
Girl. And I don't like it.
When you move in together, I be looking like, I be trying to be cognizant of that.
Yeah.
Because I will be up under this man.
That's me. Yeah. That's me. That would be me. But see, he wants me up under him. But then it's just like, okay, well, let me just today. I'm just like, what you want me to do?
I mean, cause like it's a balance, man. Like when you deal with people that's like introverts, like they enjoy time with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying before, like I can just be at the crib by myself all day. I be chilling.
Like
I don't
have to talk to
I don't gotta call nobody. I don't gotta text nobody. Like I just be chilling, you know. Like, but I do definitely enjoy like her being up under me and stuff like that too, though. But sometimes, you know, like, all right, let me go.
Yeah.
Let me go chill by myself now.
So do y'all spend nights together though? Like, okay.
So that brings us to where we are now. Like, do y'all have anything going on? Like, any businesses, anything going on like that? Any personal things y'all got going?
Want me to go first? All right, so I do like graphic design for different people, mainly like album covers and stuff like that. Flyers, event flyers and stuff like that, banners. I help her mom out. Like she said, her mom does like wedding decorations and stuff like that. I'll normally do the banners for that and stuff like that and whatever else. And also do select classics. I sell vintage clothing and things like that. This year I've been like focusing a lot on like curating a lot of Black culture pieces. So I do plan on doing like an event. I was telling her I want to do an event during Black History Month next year, like kind of showcasing those pieces and like having like some Black artists come out and display their work as well, and probably have like performances as well. So doing something like that for like, because those are the pieces I love the most because it relates to me, of course, and that's just kind of what I've been into and I'm building this year. So.
Oh, y'all waiting on me?
I know you doing something.
Right.
Well, I do have an essential style party coming up on November 13th, and I'm very excited about. So I just opened it up for like pretty much 10 ladies where they'll come in. I'll curate like a fall style box for them, give them a mood board, and have like a one-on-one mini session. We just talk about personal style, things to enhance their style, stuff like that. So I have that going on, and then I also have my style boxes going on that I do, and that's on virtuousstyle31.com if you want to go check that out. And let's see, that's pretty much it. I don't have any fashion shows coming up until February, I think. So I'm still working on that. We have auditions and stuff like that coming up in November. But yeah, we have that, and then like I said, my mom does weddings, birthdays, and all that kind of stuff. So when I say we doing something every weekend, if it's not my stuff, it's hers. Oh. So it's, we doing stuff 24/7 all the time. So.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we'll make sure to plug all that stuff. We'll put it on the screen. We'll put it in the bio so that y'all can hit them up. Okay. But you got anything, baby?
I want a style box. That's what I got right now.
Definitely need that style box.
Okay, because I'll be like, what am I going to wear to record? So that would be helpful. But yeah, no.
Oh, we gotta cut that out.
Look, y'all. I don't normally do this. But tonight is an exception. We got a Halloween party going on next door. And we gotta get in where we can get in. So,
so hard.
We got the merch up at ultimateblackglove.com.
Okay, no. We're not even going to do this like that.
That's the end. It's okay. It's the end.
But we still got to say thank you.
Yes, thank you.
First and foremost, we want to thank y'all so much for just putting up with all of our shenanigans. It's been a wild ride. It's been a wild 3.5 hours, but we've had such a good time. We appreciate y'all sharing y'all's love story and the uniqueness to y'all. I know there's somebody out there who's listening to this love story that will resonate with it. I know we align very closely with y'all. So we just appreciate y'all coming on and sharing what y'all got going on and sharing how y'all story happened, because literally it touched us, and I'm sure it's going to touch somebody else. So like Jeremy was saying, though, since we are wrapping up, we do have merch available on aDDlib.com. If you guys have any questions about this episode and you want to just discuss it, leave a comment below on YouTube or just hit us up in the DMs. We definitely willing to talk, and I hope they're willing to come back and maybe talk again and answer.
This was a great time. I had fun.
Yeah, we had a great time, man.
Like, we real, as you can see, we real chill, we real cool. We like to have a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And y'all made it very comfortable, because like I told you at first, I was nervous.
Yeah,
but you made it real comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And I like to laugh and have fun, so this was good.
Okay, good. Well, see, look, they had a good time. It's been wild. We ain't lying to y'all. But it's been fun. We've had a really good time. So we thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode. Baby, do you got anything to add before we close out?
Nah, I think we good. I think we got it all in this one.
Literally.
We're gonna have to do a bloopers for this episode alone so y'all can see what didn't happen.
It's crazy.
But we're gonna let that ride, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Peace.
Appreciate it.